I'm a captain in the United States Navy. I've served our nation for about 28 years now, 24 of those as a Navy SEAL. The places I've deployed, goodness, I've lost count, but all over the place from Iraq to Afghanistan, Yemen, Somalia, and even other locations that I can't really talk about. My Christian faith defines my entire concept of leadership, and this has been a growth process for me over my career. Leadership is the ultimate servanthood. It's an active choice to carry more, to serve more, to sacrifice more for those entrusted to your care. And so when you talk about the Christian faith, I see Christ as the ultimate servant leader. It is an example and a playbook on how to love those entrusted to your care by sacrificing for them. Hopefully not your life, but if it comes to that, then that's what we do. That's what we volunteer to do in the armed forces for sure. The 80th anniversary of D-Day means a lot to us as a family. What an incredible generation to have dared that big, to have gone forward knowing they're coming across beaches in the face of adversity and firepower that almost guaranteed most of them wouldn't make it. And as far as Navy SEALs go, our forefathers, the underwater demolition teams, were such a critical piece in that equation. They swam ashore ahead of the landing forces and in the middle of gunfire put themselves in serious risk to place demolition on all those beach obstacles and blow them up to create those sea lanes. So it's important to remember why we're celebrating our independence, because there's a heavy cost associated with that. I think back to 2005, one of my best friends died in combat on June 28th. Danny Dietz was his name. People would probably recognize him from the Lone Survivor story. He was one of the 4 on the ground. The hard part about that for us was his status was unknown for almost that entire week. And so we stayed with his family and with his wife, and we watched the news in anticipation. We hoped against reason that he would be the one that made it out. And it was particularly poignant to me because we were notified of his death on July 4th. And so that night after we grieved, my wife and I were driving off of his property and the fireworks were going off and America was celebrating, as they should. This should not be a sad moment for us, but we should have that undertone memory that there's a cost to our celebration. And it just stuck with me that the noise of the explosions in the air that people were cheering to were the very noises my friend died to about a week prior. And so, yeah, that sound in that day will always be special to our family. And it's such a weird juxtaposition of emotions, joy and celebration, yet still buttressed with a little bit of grief as well. And I hope Americans can appreciate that, and I hope that they can find that in themselves as well.